Everybody, this is Bob Ross guy. I've been seeing him pop up on Twitter through this whole conference so far. Is he in the room? All right, so my name is Magnus Hedemark. I'm a systems engineer with Bronto Software, and I gave this talk last week at Triangle DevOps on DevOps Year 1. This could be like a 2-hour talk. We're not gonna do this. I'm gonna slice through to like a couple of slides that really resonated with the rest of the crowd. So let me just get this out of my system real quick. We're going to synergize on DevOps in the cloud. There's not going to be any big data, any dark data, or any big dark data. I've used up my buzzword quotient, so now we can speak in plain English. All these slides I've got on Dropbox. Let me go back real quick. My Twitter is up here, Magnus919. You can reach out to me through there. I will make sure to retweet the links to these slides because there's a whole lot more. The one thing that really helped a lot for the audience I had last week was one of the things we're doing on the SysEng team is like, we've got a customer base that's growing very quickly. Our infrastructure is growing very quickly. My team's responsible for the infrastructure, but we're not growing anywhere near as quickly as the infrastructure or the customer base. So we've got to figure out how to become better at what we do. We're an awesome team. I mean, the guys I work with in the back, they're great. Shout out to my thought leader, Doug, back there, and the rest of the team. Buzzword, my bad. But we have to keep getting better. So one of the things that we do, we have this retrospective. In Toyota, they call it a Hanseikai. In Japanese culture, it's probably a more negative connotation to Western eyes, centering more on the failure, but that's not how we do it. The way we do it, we borrow a bit from Toyota Production System. We borrow a bit from Agile methodologies. We're not really an Agile team. We're probably going to be more familiar to Lean practitioners. But we take some time out periodically to get together as a team and talk about what have we done well since the last time we've gotten together. What kinds of things are we doing that maybe we could use some improvement? And then really specifically, what can we do to get better at those things? We actually have like hard action items that we record, we commit to, and we revisit at the next retrospective. As far as like how these things are laid out, different practitioners of different systems will have different standards. There's some room to experiment with this and see what works for you and for your team. But really, however you do it, these meetings should result in action items. Like, you're not just coming in to complain about something and walk away, phew, I got that off my chest, I feel better now. No, I found something that is not going so well. What can we do within this team to get better at this? So that's very key. If there are still any XP teams around, and I know there are some, these guys tend to do it weekly. If you see Scrum teams, they tend to do it bi-weekly. If you do it less frequently than about once a month, you're probably losing some of the value because so much time has gone by since the last retrospective. You're not really thinking too much about what happened 5-6 weeks ago, and that wisdom is lost forever. These meetings can run a long time, so you got to be patient. A lot of times when you introduce retrospectives to a business, there's a lot of question coming from business management, like, wow, you're taking up the whole team for like 2 hours? I mean, what's up with that, man? Is that really a wise use of money, of people resources? And yeah, actually it is. But you got to be patient with it. Sometimes they take a couple hours for things to really shake out and for the action items to come out. I think this is probably the most important meeting that a team can have. I mean, like, if you're the kind that skips out on meetings, I heard something before about a talk I wish I didn't miss, that if there's a meeting that doesn't have objectives, it's okay to decline that invitation. This meeting, this is the most important meeting. You decline other meetings to be at this meeting. So I'm not going to use buzzwords, but I might throw down some Japanese. This is where the Kaizen comes from. Kaizen is basically a word that comes out of Toyota Production System. It's a Japanese word. It means continuous improvement. How are they structured? It varies from place to place. The thing that's really worked well for me, devices are put away. Laptops are closed, phones are silenced and put away. I don't want to see any of them on the table except for maybe the one person in the room that's taking notes. It's really important that everybody is in the room, is really engaged. They're plugged into the retrospective. They're serving their own team. They're not doing something else. I started out with revisiting the action items from the last retrospective. How did we do? Did we really do the things that we committed to doing? And did we get the results that we expected? What new things have we been doing since the last retrospective that are going well? Let's do a shout out for that and let's keep doing it. What things aren't going so well and could be going better? And then come up with action items that we can all commit to. It's a short list, maybe 3 to 5 action items. These are the things that we're going to get better at and how we're going to get better at it before the next retrospective. All right, thanks everybody.